What's going on? Good afternoon. Let's talk about marriage. But before we talk about marriage, right, we're going to be talking from a elevated place. We're not going to be talking about the societal brain consciousness state of being. We're going to talk from a healed place, from doing shadow work within yourself, from you dealing with your divine masculine and divine feminine, because that's where the first marriage takes place at. So we're not talking from the societal brain consciousness, okay? Now I want you to get a pen and I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write these words down. Marriage, write marriage down. Then I want you to write mirage down. Then I want you to write marred down. Like marred, you're marred in the muck. Then I want you to put a space between that and then write desert down. And then I want you to picture a desert, because all of this has to do with marriage. Now, I'm talking from a space of being healed, of dealing with my divine masculine, dealing with my divine feminine, and then dealing with the enter to marriage. The spiral 2L marriage that's inside of me. So when we talk about a marriage, right, and then say mirror, then get a mirror, write the word mirror down, okay? Now, when you get married and you say I do, right? Now just imagine walking through a desert, right? It's nothing out there. It's just nothing. The landscape is nothing but sand. So what do you see when you're out in the desert too long? You see a mirage. And it's going to be usually something utopian, right? Now, when you're married, y'all two have a mission to have a mental mirage of what you want your marriage to be, instead of it just being the desert or the conscious or the society or the societal brain concept of what marriage is. You have to have y'all two have to have a concept of what you want your marriage to be. Now, as you're walking, now you have a mirage. This is what we're creating. This is what we have created. Now you have that mirage. You're there. You start your new journey from there. Now you do what? You create a different mirage. So when you do this keeps the marriage fresh. It keeps communication open. It keeps unity jointed. And now you're not just looking at a bland, desert, hot, devouring landscape, so that you don't come into the 2-year itch, the 3-year itch, or the 6-month itch. So therefore, a marriage is a continuation of joint mirages, what gives us the mirror effect, the reflection off of my reflection off of you, your reflection off of me. We reflect our inner outwardly. This is what we create. This is what we build. And then as we move on, we create another mirage. So now it's not a desert plain. Of course, you're going to have your desert areas. This is why you have the water of communication, the water of openness. You have to have the mindset that you want to continuously grow. And then you allow, thus, you're able to allow the space for your partner to grow. And thus, y'all have the mind to grow together to build these continuous mirages. It's not going to say everything is going to be easy, but you have to go into this thing with a matured mindset. And a matured mindset, you say, my mother principle, divine feminine principle, right? Then when we look at the end of that, we see red. Red denotes the bottom 3 chakras, right? Yes, so the root chakra, that second one, and then the third one would be that sacral chakra, which is like a yellow sun. Y'all two want to be able to create your own sun. You're only able to do that when you can individually create your own sun. And thus, you have gone beyond your root chakra, those 3 root chakras. You are now matured. You are now, so when you devour those bottom 3 chakras, you're now working from the original conceptual chakra, which is the heart chakra. This is love, frequency, consciousness. So we have to understand that level versus the level of the societal brain consciousness and thus projections, because that is all based on material things and a selfishness, and thus a place of not being healed, not looking at it from a concept of your ego being healed, but you being healed in the inside, where you have the unity of the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Because I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, my divine feminine. Where's the link with the divine masculine? Then I hear a lot of brothers, oh, my divine masculine. Well, if you haven't developed the other one, you haven't developed unity. You haven't thus developed a marriage. So this is where my insight comes from. And now, do you understand that? There we go. Marriage.